in the world. Welcome to Brooks's Base Corner. It's Thursday, 16th of December, 2021. Welcome. Haven't done a live chat for a couple of weeks and been exceptionally busy with live gigs, performing all over the UK. But I thought it was time we had a little channel update, and apologies if you tried to tune in about 30 minutes ago. We had some technical difficulties. The camera decided it wasn't going to play ball and stream this chat, but we seem to be working now, which is good. So I hope you're all safe and well out there. Here in the UK, Omicron, now there's a name for you. Omicron figures are going through the roof, and for us bass players, we're finding all of our gigs are starting to get pulled left, right and centre. I've just had 2 weeks of gigs here in the UK and everything went swimmingly well, and was hoping that we were going to get a clear run through December, but it's not to be. At this precise moment, I should be actually performing at a function at an RAF base in Norfolk, but that gig got pulled on Monday as numbers continue to increase. So I'm meant to be gigging tomorrow and Saturday and next Tuesday. So those 3 gigs before Christmas. Whether they all go ahead or not, we shall see. And then I'm actually supposed to have 2 performances between Christmas and New Year, but I've already had my New Year's Eve show cancelled. So we will see what actually continues and what doesn't. But as long as you're all safe and well out there, that's the important thing. And thank you for joining us. I have an announcement for the channel. As of the early part of last week, my channel actually managed to get over the finish line for monetization. So I finally got through the hoops that YouTube set up for us to reach to get to that. So thank you very much to everyone who has watched the channel since I started in July 2020. Whether you've watched a video, liked a video, disliked a video, left a comment, contacted me through social media, responded to any of the Facebook, Instagram or Twitter posts, it all is part of the bigger picture. So if you have had any interaction with me or the channel in that time, thank you very much. You got me over that line. So now we're up and running. And now, because I've got over that point, a load of new YouTube features become accessible to me and you guys watching the channel, watching the videos. So the first thing to mention is a new function called Super Chat, and this will also lead on to another facility called Super Stickers, which allows you guys to post messages that can stay at the top of the top chat window when we're doing live chats, and it also allows you, I think, to make donations to the channel, which then helps with me producing more and more content as we go forward. So there are those points coming up. There's also channel memberships. Now at the moment I can't offer these because there's like a whole series of steps that I have to go through, and I have to set up various tiers of content related to pricing. So there might be a cheap band, a middle band and an upper band, and the content that you get for being a paid member of the channel, I need to go into that with YouTube and see what I can actually offer and what I can't. So that's another function that's going to appear very shortly, probably I would imagine in the new year, once I've been able to address those points with YouTube. And then there is also a whole bunch of other features that I can see in my monetization section on the channel, but I can't actually get to them yet because of subscriber numbers or viewing numbers. So as they roll out, I will announce those on live chat and also on the community page that you can access if you're using the phone app. And I think you see it also as part of the desktop, where basically it's like a social media front page. So I can post images, I can post videos, I can post polls, I can send information that I think any of you out there want to see or need to know. So let's see, where are we? I have got a whole backlog of bass reviews, effect pedal reviews, interviews. I've got 3 new series coming out. All of these are being worked on concurrently, so it's not like I'm doing just one thing at a time. And also, where live performance has been exceptionally busy for me, certainly since we came out of lockdown in the summer, I've basically been performing 3, 4, 5 shows a week, which has meant the content has slowed down a bit. So any of you that kind of followed the channel through the summer, you'll realize there was basically 12 weeks where I didn't put any new content up, but I was keeping an eye on the channel and how it was running. Soundbite videos, which are the slimmed down bass review videos. So basically there's no review part. It's basically a demonstration of a bass and how it sounds. Those have been uploaded fairly regularly over the past sort of 6 to 8 weeks. So if you go back into the channel content, you'll see, I think there's about 10 or 12 videos of various basses, and reviews for each of those will be appearing shortly. And again, once my live performance schedule slows down, which it does after this weekend, potentially before Christmas, there'll be some bass reviews going up. And if I don't get them this side of Christmas, they will most certainly be appearing after Christmas, because January looks quite gig light at the current time. So with all that extra time, I can then record, film, edit, and publish and upload all those videos for you guys to hopefully enjoy. So as I mentioned, I've got 3 new series, hopefully that will be starting in January. I've been working on them for a few weeks. I'm writing the scripts for them and thinking how the visual's going to look. So I don't want to announce them too far ahead, but as and when they're ready to roll, keep an eye on the social media platforms and also on the community tab on the YouTube channel, and you will be the first to know that those videos are about to appear. I should mention, which I often forget to do on these live chats, if you're enjoying the channel, if you're enjoying the videos, if you're enjoying the content, please hit the subscribe button. Please give any of the videos a thumbs up. It all helps. And hit the bell icon, that's the notification bell. There are 3 settings on there, which means you can turn off notifications, you can get important notifications, or you can have every notification. That's entirely up to you. But if you hit that notification bell, it helps my channel, along with all the likes and the subscribe button hits. It all helps. So I appreciate whenever you guys can do that. That's great. Okay, shout outs. Let's see who we've got on here. I know Stacy from North Carolina is watching. Hi Stacy, hope you're well. And at the moment, I think because of the technological muck up at the start, I think a lot of people that were going to join this chat have jumped ship. So let's see if they come back. And let me see, what else do I need to let you know? So gigging, what have I been up to? Well, this month has been extremely hectic, even though tonight's show is cancelled. So I was meant to be up in Kings Lynn at RAF Marham playing their Christmas party, I guess. I've been very busy with Platinum ABBA, which is an ABBA tribute, and we managed to get 5 theatre shows in before Omicron started to stamp all over the gig diary. So I've performed shows in Dorking, let's think Bracknell, Wimborne, and where were we the first night? We were down in Shoreham, down the south coast. So those have all been theatre shows, all suited and booted in white lycra and dodgy looking wigs, and all the shows went very well. Great audiences, great crowds. If any of you came to see any of those shows, thank you very much. It was nice to see you, nice to perform for you as well. Hopefully get to do that again soon, but the way the virus is kicking off again, we will have to see. And so let's think, sound bites and reviews. We have got a whole bunch of sound bites have already gone up over the past couple of weeks, so the review videos for those will be appearing soon. There will be reviews of the Harley Benton Mark Marquis basses. There's already sound bites for the 4 and 5 string there. A bunch of Yamaha instruments. There's some Sandberg basses. There's the new Spectre Euro RST. RST standing for roasted maple. So these basses obviously have roasted maple necks and fingerboards. And the particular bass I had was incredibly light. It came in at about 2.9 kilograms, which considering most basses are around between sort of 3.8 and say 4.4 kilograms, 2.9 is incredibly light. But the reason for this is the timber they've used, lightweight hardware. I don't think there's any chambering on it, but I will check that. But the bass was incredibly light. There's also a review of that about to appear in Bass Player magazine. I think it's the next issue, or the next issue but one, because we've been writing, or if you aren't aware, we write Bass Player obviously ahead of schedule. And when we approach Christmas, we actually write 4 issues within the space of about 10 or 11 weeks, which is quite quick when you consider we normally have 4 weeks between issues. So that review will appear, I think it's the next issue. But if it's not, it's the one after. So that's there. But I'll be doing my own video review over the next couple of weeks, and that will be up very shortly. So that's pending. I'm trying to think what other reviews there are. There's a Mike Lull 5-string jazz. That's coming as well. There's also, I think they're German. There's a German company called Vincent. And I've had the good fortune to try a couple of their basses out at Bass Direct at Warwick here in the UK, and I had one of their PJ models here for a couple of days to try out and assess, and there's a soundbite video pending on that, and naturally a review video as well. So that will be appearing very soon, and they are well worth watching. I think once that brand actually gets some more exposure, I think their products could well take off. So that's all to come. I'm hoping once we get into January and time allows, again, because live performance tends to drop a bit in January and February here in the UK, to get some more classic essential bass album videos up. I did the first run of 23 while we were in lockdown, and those are all up on the channel for you to watch and enjoy. But it's time probably to extend the number of videos in that series. I have a very long list of albums to include, but again, it's having the time to do that. So I need to write the scripts for those videos. I think I know already what the next 20 will be. So hopefully once we get into January, I can get those written up, get them filmed, edited, and up on the channel pronto for you guys to watch and hopefully enjoy. So that's kind of the main catch-up for what's going on here on the channel. As I said, now we're monetized. A lot of new features become available here on the channel, and hopefully as each one rolls out, I will announce it on the community page and on the social media pages, and you can get involved in more ways with the channel and what I'm trying to do here. One thing I did want to mention, and I'll be putting a message up on the social media about this. Last week I was doing an ABBA show down in where was I? Wimborne, which is down near Poole in Dorset. And some of you may be aware, or you may not be aware, there is a store in Poole devoted to Prince. They have tons and tons of memorabilia in there. There are loads of CDs, videos, DVDs, books, tour programs, t-shirts, dressing gowns, scarves, hats, socks, you name it, they've got it. And they're linked in to Prince's estate. They are actually connected with them, or they're building a relationship with them. But also to extend the popularity of the store, they're also selling merchandise for other bands as well, although Prince is the focus of the shop. So if you're into rock or pop or sort of classic artists of the last 50 years, there's a good chance they've got some merchandise in there. Their prices are extremely competitive. I've compared some of their Queen merchandise with what Queen online are charging, and also the prices you can buy t-shirts and sweatshirts from Amazon for, and the prices they're charging are just very cheap in comparison. I went down there, I spent about 2 hours in there last week going through all of the Prince stuff. Obviously got a t-shirt on today, and the people that run it are really friendly, really welcoming, quite happy to help in any way. If you've got any questions, or if you're looking for anything specifically to do with Prince, they're probably going to know where to get it. But just flicking through all of the memorabilia and the records and what have you brought back a lot of memories. So if you're ever down near Poole, by all means check this store out. It will catch you unawares. It's actually within the main sort of run of stores on the high street, and if you try and Google the postcode or the location, it'll look like an old solicitor's or some sort of building that's all boarded up. That's not how it is now. That's how it was whenever that Google photo was done for Street View. Now you can't miss it. It's all purple. It's very obvious it's a a Prince store. But if you are after any sort of Prince merchandise, that is the place to head. I've got a whole bunch of t-shirts that I bought down there, and I'll show them next time we do a live chat, but it's well worth paying that store a visit. Okay, we haven't got anyone here at the moment. I think it's just me and you, Stacey, if you're there. If you've got any questions for me or anything to do with what's on the channel, any of the videos, by all means contribute to the live chat, and I'll reply to you. I think because of the technical breakdown at 5 p.m, we are struggling for viewers today. So this might be a very short live chat, but we'll see how we go. Now let's think, what else do I need to let you guys know? Okay, once we get into January and through the early part of next year, I'm going to try and make these live chats more regular, on a regular basis, so that both I and you guys out there know what day and what time a live chat is going to be. The problem that I've had kind of throughout this year of doing live chats is within the analytics setup of YouTube, there's a section where you can see the prime time to upload a video, what is the best time and day of the week to upload a video, but it also tells you the best time and day and and the best time on each day to do a live chat. And the problem is those days and times constantly change. So if I was to say we were doing a live chat every Wednesday at 7 p.m, after a week or two, as far as YouTube is concerned, though that isn't the peak time for me to do a live chat, it can change to a Tuesday at 3 p.m in the afternoon, or it might be a Saturday at 1 p.m. So very hard to get like a regular fixed day and time to do this. But I'm hoping now that the channel's monetized and YouTube has a lot more analytical data regarding this channel to work from, that the days and times that it suggests, both for live chats and for uploading videos, should hopefully sort of stabilize, and I'll be able to do this on a more regular basis. So hopefully, fingers crossed, if that happens, I'll be able to set up a regular live chat day and time for you guys, and hopefully we'll be able to stick to it. But I've tried to do that this year, and every time I went to book another live chat in, it would say a different day and a different time. For any of you who followed the channel through over the past year, it was always a Sunday. Sundays always seem to work best. And then all of a sudden, when we hit the summer, it was saying different days and different times, which weren't going to work for me, because very often I was out performing shows, and probably wasn't going to work for a lot of you guys, depending on where you are in the world. Certainly here in the UK, a 2 p.m. Live chat on a Tuesday isn't really going to work. It worked great for some of you in America and some of you in different countries on the other side of the globe, but it wasn't going to work here in the UK. So we will see if that becomes a regular possibility. Hopefully it will. And I'm also hoping that now, once I get into a period of, again, fewer gigs means I can do more with the channel, the uploads will become more regular and consistent. So pretty much for most of this year, it worked posting up on a Tuesday and a Friday. But then once live performance became a thing again through the summer, Fridays just weren't going to work, because there was no time to post and then back that up with social media promotion, because I simply wasn't here to do it. Chances are I was traveling or driving to a show. So hopefully from January we'll be able to get into a bit more of a rhythm with that. It could well be that Tuesday and Friday remain the 2 days for video posting. Alternatively, I will go into the analytics and we'll see what it suggests as the best days and best times to upload content to the channel. I'm trying to think. Let's think, what else did I need to tell you guys? Had a recent visit to Rotor Sound Strings. Good afternoon to the gents at Rotor Sound, the team down there. Hope Jason and Jack are gearing up for Christmas. So I had a visit down there because I was performing down that way. I have my requisite Rotor Sound carrier bag. They filled my bag with goodies alongside my string order that I paid for. So let's see what's in here. There are t-shirts, new t-shirts as well. There's a black t-shirt which I wore on the last live chat as well. There are some posters. I can't undo the tape. There's a load of Rotor Sound stuff there. We have strings. So I bought a couple of sets of solo basses. Solo bass are the Rotor Sound's version of half wound strings. So called pressure wound, but in old school terms they're half wound. So they sit between round wound and flat wound strings, so you kind of get the benefits of both. So I use those on certain basses in the collection. Some Billy Sheehan strings to go on my Yamaha Attitude, which is directly in front of me here. And let's see what else. Oh, some double ball end strings. Those will be for my status basses, my headless status basses. Some more Billy Sheehans there. And what we've got, the old favourites, some swing bass SM66, 40, 60, 80, 100. And the heavier gauge 45, 65, 85 and 105, again for certain basses. There's a lot of them. It's been a while since I've stocked up. I say more and more. It was a fairly hefty string order. You didn't want to see the receipt. That is a receipt. And then what else we got in here? So that's that. And then there's a mug here, Rotor Sound mug with pens and lanyards and key rings. They spoilt me. Well done, chaps. So all good. Strings will be going into the workshop tomorrow, and the office here will be getting a bit of a clean up as well before we start doing some more filming. So it's all good. Put them back in the bag now. Yes, I've had a lot of support from Rotor Sound in the past 6 years. Great company to work with, and I look forward to seeing the boys soon, hopefully at a trade show. If we get if we get to have safe trade shows next year, hopefully. And I think we're going to wrap this up today. I'm sorry if it's going to be rather short, guys and girls. Unfortunately, due to the technological muck up at the start of the hour, I've got nothing else to go with at the moment. I see someone else has just logged on to the live chat. Hi, welcome. I can see 3 people. If you want to chat or get involved, by all means, let me know via the chat window here on the video. Oh, we've got 4 people. It's increasing. You're replicating out there. Okay, well, I'll hold on. So from January, more videos, more reviews, more interviews. I've got some vintage interviews which will be going up very shortly. I've just been going through the vault of interview recordings, and I won't give away who's going to be the next up, but I think there's about 20 to 25 interviews still to come. And at some point I will be putting up my interview with Jack Bruce, which I was very fortunate to meet the great man about a year before he passed away in 2014. I got to meet him on the basis of, it was the 100th issue of Bass Guitar magazine, and he was on the front cover, and he gave a very enlightening interview. He was an ill man at the time. He managed to hold on for another year, but he was just coming to the end of recording his final album. So he had a lot to say, and thankfully that interview is recorded on audio, and I will be going through and editing it for upload very shortly. So that will be something I think bring back a lot of memories, and I'm hoping a lot of the bass players out there in the bass community will enjoy listening to, because I don't think he did too many other interviews with bass publications after that. And he was very open and frank, and yeah, memories. I remember that day very well. So that's got to come up. There's a couple of interviews with Billy Sheehan, and at some point in the next 3 months, I think 3 months, there will be a video interview which I conducted with Billy at the end of July this year, which was to commemorate the 30th anniversary of Mr. Big's album Lean Into It. Alex Carter. Hello, sir. Welcome. I hope you're well. Haven't seen you for a while. Yeah, the interview with Billy Sheehan was for the 30th anniversary of Lean Into It, because there were a couple of releases this year to go with it, and there's still one release to come, which is a super deluxe box set of Lean Into It with various items included within that set, and I've had the good fortune of writing the liner notes for that box set. Now at the moment it hasn't been released, but I assume it's coming in the spring at some point, and the liner notes I wrote were actually made up of 3 interviews with the 3 remaining living members of Mr. Big. So there's Billy Sheehan, Eric Martin, and Paul Gilbert, and all 3 of them spoke to me over a period of about 8 weeks, and there was some really enlightening stories and information and nuggets of historical gold. That's what I can call it. Yeah, lots of things actually that any Mr. Big fan might not even be aware of. And I think because so much time has passed since the album came out, it might well catch a few people unawares, and they were very open about certain issues and certain situations and things that took place prior to the recording of that album, and things that went on in the studio and things that happened on the tour that supported that album. But the overriding feeling that came out of those interviews was it really was a band of brothers, and despite what might have happened over the years, they very much were a unit. And it's just a shame that Pat Torp is not around any longer to enjoy that and enjoy what the band were able to create, and the legacy that they created. So that will be really good. So at some point that video interview with Billy will come up. It's a long one. It's about an hour and a quarter, but well worth waiting for, I think. I did it, but he came out with some bits of information I had no idea. And even I was like, wow, really? It's like, yeah, that's the way it all went down. So we will see. So we have Alex Carter. Good evening, sir. Welcome. We've got Stacey there now. Very good. Yeah, it was a great opportunity to write their liner notes, because it really came out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting it, and to be asked to contribute to it was a real pleasure, I have to say. It was there was a very limited time frame on it. It was the deadline was very short, but we managed to get it all done. There's a lot of writing, a lot of editing I had to do. I think I actually ended up with close to about 10,000 words, and I had to whittle those liner notes down to about 3,500. So yeah, there was a lot of stuff had to be taken out. Unfortunately, I couldn't put it all in there. Yeah, so we'll see. I'm waiting to see what that set looks like. I was sent pictures of what previous super deluxe box sets had looked like that this company produces, and they look great, I have to say. It looks really impressive, but yeah, we'll see. We will see. Let's think, what other videos have we got coming up? It's really, what I need to do is unleash these 3 new series, but I don't want to say what they are yet, because that ruins the element of surprise. And I'm hoping they're kind of, how can I say, I can't say there's something totally brand new that no one else has done, but I think the way I've got them planned and the timeline, like the storyboards of them, should be really interesting for any fans of bass. And I'm trying to make them so that they're not too long, but they're not too short that the information in them gets glossed over. So I'm trying to sort of get a happy medium between the two, because I'm very aware how video length on YouTube is very much a factor in terms of whether someone will actually click on your video and watch it or not. But we will see. We will see. I haven't started filming these yet, but once I'm happy that the storyboards are how I want them, and I think the video looks how I want it to look, because a lot of it is trying to work out how the screen's going to look and where I'm going to be on the screen, and the guitars and information. And one of the series isn't about gear or equipment, it's about players. And again, I've got to get how that looks right, because I don't want to produce a series that then chops and changes the visuals and how I'm going to have the screen sort of partitioned up. So there's lots to do. There's so much to do. And it's just been very difficult with all of the gigs and shows that I've been doing in the past couple of weeks. So as I mentioned earlier, I've done a load of theatre shows with Platinum ABBA, which is an ABBA tribute. I've had various wedding shows with a band called Miracle Cure. I've had some RAF shows with a band called The A-Listers. A wide variety of shows with Uncle Funk. And we actually have Uncle Funk's last show of the year coming up this Saturday. I think all tickets are sold. I think it's sold out as far as I'm aware. And that's up in Bishop Stortford. So we'll be getting the costumes on for one final disco and funk showcase. But next year looks great. And I should say, for anyone who hasn't seen the social media pages for the channel, lately. We've got a show coming up in June at the Cambridge Club Festival, which is a festival the band has played numerous times. And we're actually on the list of performers, and it's spread over 3 days, so it's not everyone on the same day. But these are fairly big names. So we are on the roster of artists. So you've got Lionel Richie, Chic, Diana Ross, Level 42, Gabrielle, and a whole list of other bands as well. And we're on there. And we're playing on the Sunday. I think we're headlining the second stage on the Sunday evening. I think we're on around about 6, between 6 and 7:30, but that could all change by the time we get to June. But I can't wait. And we played it this year, and it was an absolute scream. We started the day, I think we were on about 12:30, 1 o'clock, and it was absolutely fabulous. Great crowd, really well organised. One of the most well organised festivals I've ever played, I think. And it was just a real pleasure, and the show was great. But the audience made it, and they got into everything that we threw at them. They got involved in all the dancing and the choreography, so that was lovely to see. So looking forward to getting back out there doing that. And it's weird, isn't it, when you think like within 4 months we'll be back out doing festivals again. So it's like the season ended and been hyper busy with all of the November and December shows, and then it'll be festival time again before you know it. So that's something to look forward to. And just fingers crossed we get to do the rest of the shows that we've all got in our diaries over the next couple of weeks. But who knows? I know the figures today here in the UK are kind of going through the roof. So everyone stay safe out there. You know, I won't start preaching about vaccines and stuff. That's up to you as individuals to decide if you want to do that or not. But just be safe, you know. Okay, I think we will call it a day. Thank you very much for watching. If you're watching this on catch up after the event, thank you. And if you can give the video a thumbs up, that'd be fabulous. Hit that notification bell, hit the subscribe button, and if you've got any questions or comments, leave them in the box below and I will come back to you as soon as I can. Take care of yourselves, have a great Christmas, and I will see you soon. All the best. Bye bye.